Welcome back, Hustlers. I want to show you how to make an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie today. It's gluten-free. It is called the Nookie Cookie in my house. Every time it's baking, my husband comes in and sings a little Limp Biscuit. I did it all for the cookie. So the Nookie part, well, I'll let you guess where that comes in. Stick around, I'm gonna show you how to do it. I've got my oven going at 350 degrees, and I'll show you what I have today. I have got 1 1/4 cup of quick cooking oats. That's hard to say fast. A 1/2 cup of all-purpose gluten-free flour. We've got 2 different types of sugar here. I like to use coconut palm sugar. I think I've mentioned that before. So I've got dark and light, and we'll have the exact measurements on the link. We've got some cinnamon, some vanilla, some almond milk. These are also dairy-free because I also have some dairy-free chocolate chips. We've got 6 tablespoons of melted butter and 1 egg yolk. So I will start by adding 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder to the flour mixture, and we'll stir that in. These cookies are sweet, but the oatmeal gives it such a warm, just kind of throwback to an old style cookie. I love an oatmeal raisin cookie. I basically love any dessert that your grandmother likes. I also really like rum balls. So I like something that is sweet, but just not too sweet. So I'm gonna add the cinnamon. Now, if you don't like cinnamon, you can easily leave the cinnamon out. I really like the way that the cinnamon and the oatmeal go together because when you're eating hot oatmeal, what do you think? Cinnamon. And then in this bowl, we're gonna take our 6 tablespoons of melted, I let it melt and then cool, butter. You could use a plant-based butter if that's what you like. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt to that. I also like to add salt to the top of these cookies sometimes. So we're gonna put our 2 different types of sugar. You have to use light and dark sugar for this recipe. So you definitely, let's see, what do I wanna use? I wanna use this. You definitely need light and dark. So whether you're using coconut palm sugar, it comes in light and dark, or if you're just using regular sugar, you can use dark brown sugar and granulated sugar. But you definitely want both because it just deepens the flavor. I have 1 egg yolk, add that in. This is about, I think a teaspoon, a full teaspoon of vanilla. And then 3 tablespoons of almond milk. This is actually coconut almond milk creamer. You can just really use whatever you have on hand. You could use regular milk too. We don't really have a whole lot of dairy in this house, so mix that up really good. This is all stuff you have in your cabinet. This is really great to bring to somebody's house. I bring it for my coworkers sometimes, and then I kind of just like slightly make a little well right here in this dry ingredients. I'm gonna pour this right here in the middle. See what I'm doing? You can add chopped nuts to this. Just get this mixed up nice. And if you don't want chocolate chips, you could welcome to use raisins, but I don't know why you would do that. It starts to make this sticky, doughy ball. I'll just make sure I scrape down and get all that flour. I would say 1/4 to 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, but I always end up using more, so definitely 1/2 for this batch. I like every bite to have a little chocolate. And these are semi-sweet. They're actually dairy-free chocolate chips, but sometimes I like to use dark chocolate. I just didn't have any. Must have run out. I have a sheet pan. I love these what do you call these? Silpats? I love these. You can use parchment paper. I just really like these. And then I love these scoopers that, I just got flour in my eye. I like these scoopers that they're about 2 tablespoons. And I'll just come along right here and just plop it down. This is a rustic cookie. It doesn't really have any specific shape that it's supposed to be, so I just plop it right down on here. Also, I'm not a baker, so baking isn't something I really enjoy because you have to follow the rules for it. I like these cookies because if you put a little too much of one thing in, they're probably gonna come out fine. I don't like to do things that are really scientific because I feel like then I don't get to be creative. So I think I managed to actually, looks like I'm gonna manage to get a dozen of these bad boys. 12 to 15 minutes in a 350-degree oven. And that's all she wrote, guys. You'll have cookies in no time. All right, we've had these in somewhere between 12 and 15 minutes. I think it was about 13. They maintained a nice shape. I'm gonna give these just a second or two on here. I'm gonna transfer them to a cooling rack. And I think I'm already hearing people start to come towards the kitchen. So that's a good sign. It smells really great in here. I hope you like the Nookie Cookie, and you can make it for yourself, a loved one, or you can make it for your family. Bye, guys.